Hello, how's everyone doing? Welcome in, welcome in. I see a lot of familiar names. Nina, you probably recognize some of these names.
I do.
Yes, I know people. We've got people from Tennessee, South Carolina, Sacramento, Massachusetts. So welcome. We're super glad to see you here today. It's hot in Ohio. I think
It is hot today, isn't it?
yeah, I saw a couple of people said that it's hot by them too. So
Yeah, I see. Maggie said it's sunny, and it's very sunny here too. So
it was very foggy this morning, but it's sunny now.
that's right.
Well, welcome. So we're on day 4 of our Town and Country Row Quilt, and we've had a lot of fun so far. And today I think this is going to be an incredibly helpful live, especially if you're new. So I'd love it if you would drop a number 1 in the comments if you're new around here. And I will also say our giveaway for today, the keyword is support. And I picked this word because you're going to get a lot of support today. And I have on with me live Nina Gladden. Nina, what do you do at Hoop Sisters?
No, I am the customer service representative here. So I answer the phone, handle all of the questions that might come in via email. And I know Aubrey likes to call me the event concierge as well.
Yes, because she is here to help you in whatever capacity that might be. And in fact, we always say direct your questions to Nina if it's something specific. And that to me is the concierge part of it, because she's here to help you with stuff that's very specific that we might not get to or answer in the live comments. Sometimes you just need the extra support, right? And she might have questions for you and it might be a back and forth. So
exactly. Yeah. Sometimes those specific questions require like a question for me to ask them back so they can give me a little bit more feedback or a little bit more information so that I can better assist them. So that one-on-one sometimes is super helpful.
Yeah, so she's definitely an event concierge and guru. I use the word guru sometimes too, because I don't know. I mean, seriously, Nina, when I think about companies that I buy from, I don't think they have, I'm thinking about things that I buy, that I use.
Yeah.
They don't have nearly the support that we have, thanks to you. So glad to have you. All right. So Nina's a great help, says Nancy. Okay, awesome. All right. So we are going to do a few things today, but I think I always like to kind of start out with a little bit of a recap. And Nina, I'd love it if you would tell them about this.
Yes. So this is a list of the participating shops with their affiliate link. So what we want you to do is go to their website, and they're going to have a link on their website where you can get the Town and Country right from them on their website using their affiliate link. And you can see we have some from all over the place. So Sewing Studio in Hudson, Illinois to Fremont, Nebraska, A&A White Sewing in Holiday, Florida, Sewing Concepts in Woodstock, Illinois, the Sewing Quilt Co. in Holly Hill, Florida, Be So Busy in Los Alamitos, California. Hopefully I said that right. Yankee Quilter in Seymour, Connecticut, Mill Creek Sewing and Fabric, and Sherman, New York, Super Stitch in Northeast Pennsylvania, Cactus Quilt Shop in Tucson, Arizona, and lastly, the Quilt Crossing in Boise, Idaho. We love, love, love for you guys to support your local quilt shops, and this is a great way to do it.
Yeah, 100%. And I will say too, if your shop is not on this list, but they do Hoop Sisters, you can still use their affiliate link, and you're ultimately just coming to our website through their link. So just know that. And these are not all the shops we have, but these are the shops that said we are participating in this. So just know that.
I just noticed a comment that someone said, too bad there isn't one from Canada. And again, as we stated, you can still go to your shop there in Canada. And there's a couple that I can think of right off the top of my head. They do have an affiliate link on their website for our website. So you are still able to do that. So I would check that first before you go ahead and get Town and Country.
Yep. And I am going to pop the link. I'm popping a link in today, Nina.
Okay. I had it ready.
Okay,
I
well,
was
we
ready.
can do it next time. I didn't know, so I was like, I got it. I'm ready. It's hard to talk and do that at the same time. So I did just drop the order link directly from Hoop Sisters as well. So if these shops are nowhere near you, or you just don't have a shop near you, I know we have some customers, Nina, that don't have a shop within, a couple hours drive. If that's you,
Yep,
you can just order direct from us as well.
that's right.
Okay, and
Hey, I know her.
we know her. You just talked to her, but I did want to make sure that they have your contact information. So if there's any specific questions that we don't walk through today, then feel free to reach out to Nina and she will give you some support. Okay. All right. So if you're just joining us for the first time this week, you might have missed that we just released the most adorable row quilt. It is called Town and Country, and this is a download only. And I'm telling you what, the details in this quilt are really, really amazing. Like there's a couple times where Nina's pointed something out to me and I'm like, I didn't even notice that was there the first time I looked at it. So, you're going to love it. So, this is going to be just a download only. There's no USBs this time, and it's $79. And one of the things that we are going to do today is I'm going to have Nina show you how to get your hands on it. She's going to take you over to the website. But before we do that, also keep in mind this does have two block sizes. It has the 5-inch size as well as the 8-inch size. So your finished quilt size will depend on which block you make. And if you're just joining us for the first time, maybe catch a replay because Annie stitched it out. We've trimmed it. We've talked about fabric. We've talked about layout. So we've had a really fantastic full week. And now we're going to turn it over to Nina. And she's going to add some things to the card, I believe, and show you guys how to access your download. So this is going to be super helpful, especially if you're new around here.
Yes. I'm going in here. We're going to check out some stuff. So right now I'm on the Town and Country row quilt link. And I wanted to show you guys. So basically you go to www.hoopsisters.com. And then you're up here in this little corner where you see these little lines. You're going to click on that and then you'll see some categories come up. We're going to be in the Town and Country row quilt is where we are. So we click in here. Then you see the little sale that we have going on here, which is fantastic. You get 2 items from this category and you're going to automatically get 10% off of those. There is no coupon code needed. And that promotion expires Friday, September the 20th at midnight Eastern Daylight Time. Okay, so you still got today and most of the day tomorrow. I wouldn't wait though, just in case, because sometimes we as human beings can get forgetful. So if this is something that you definitely want to do, I would go ahead and get this done. So basically you would just add that right into your cart. I'm going to go ahead and add this to my cart. There, I have 2 in there and I'll get that out in a second. I'm going to keep shopping. I just want to show you. We're going to keep shopping. I'm going to add the battleizer in. And now I've got 2 of each of these. So what I'm going to do, sometimes people ask me questions. They're not quite sure how to delete something out of their cart or change the quantity. So if you go actually into your cart and you view your cart, you can come into this quantity area and change that. So that's going to take that down to 1, and then it's going to change this one down to 1. So now there they are. It shows that 10% discount right here, and they're ready to go. I'm ready to check out. If I want to do that right now, I would check out. If there's something in your cart that you wanted to, oh wait, I want to get the 15 yards instead of the 5 yards. Well, we're just going to take that out. So we'll take the 5 yards out. We just deleted. We hit the little X over here. I'm going to go back to the category, and now I'm going to add in that 15 yards because I'm making the 8-inch blocks, okay? So I'm going to add that, and now I'm going to view my cart. So again, now that 10% shows up, which is a nice little break there on battleizer. And now I'm also over the amount for that free shipping too. So that's nice too. And now I'm ready to check out. So I would just, at this point, I would just click the checkout, and then it's going to ask, of course, your address and things like that, which are saved in there. And you can hit the little down arrow to find those. I can actually show that to you real quick. So this little down arrow is where you can find that information. So you have addresses in there, so you don't have to enter that information every time. Okay, so that's where you would find that, just choose the address you want, and then you can go on and proceed into the billing and the payment options, okay? But here, notice that shipping is free because I'm over the $129, which I'm sure Aubrey's going to go over again later, aren't you, Aubrey?
But that's handy dandy right there. And so I think that the really cool thing about what Nina just showed you is that it's all automatic. So as soon as you do add the right things to the cart, you'll see that reflected. You don't have to put a coupon code or anything
right?
like that.
So simple. All right, so I want to show you one more thing in here. I think I'm in the right one now. I'm going to check right now. All right, so I'm going to go. So I'm still on the website. I'm going to go ahead and click this little half person here. I'm going to click account, and that's going to take me to my orders. Okay, so now I can see any order that I've had. I can see that in here. I can go back into those orders. How do I go into the order, you ask? Well, I will tell you. You will click on the order number. So right here on the actual words, order, and then the number, that's where you're going to click. So we're going to open up the order that has that town and country in there for me. And you can see that's in here for me. And now the ones that have a digital download attached to that product will have this little arrow pointing down. Okay, that stands for download. So we're going to click on that. And now we've got two file names listed up here. It shows the size of the files. So that's what that 24.38 MB is. No worries about that. So we've got two files in here. You can see we have the 2024 Row Quilt Final. Okay, that's the quilt itself. And then underneath of that, it says Town and Country Bonus Final. That's the bonus that we talked about that Annie showed. So that bonus actually is right within the digital download. So it's separate. So you'll have to click on both of these. The first one is going to be the Row Quilt itself with all the goodies that come with that. And then that second one is going to be the bonus final. So that bonus block there that comes with that. So you want to click on both of these to download them. Okay, so that's what we would do. And that's what's going to get, and that's going to go right to your computer. Typically that goes right in your downloads folder. And you are going to want to do that from a computer or laptop, not from an iPad or anything like that. You want to do that right from your computer or laptop.
Yes.
Is there anything I'm forgetting, Aubrey? I don't want to forget anything.
I don't think so, but so here's what I'd love. I would love it if you guys asked questions, if you didn't understand that. I do see a couple questions I've starred. The first one that I want to talk about is right here. I'm going to pop it up on screen. She says, I'm hesitant because it's a download. I'm 50 miles from a town and my Wi-Fi is awful. Can I just say I am in town and sometimes my Wi-Fi is awful. But also, I don't know if you have this capability, but I plug directly into, right now, doing this streaming, I'm plugged directly into our internet. So I know it sounds very 1990s, but it works. So try that. Also, I think that this comment, I just want to say, if you order it, we will help you. So we are going to find a way to make it work. This live is all about support. So I just want you to know if you're hesitant because of that, we'll figure out a way to make it work and get you what you need, I would say. The other thing is, if you go into town, a lot of coffee shops have Wi-Fi. As long as you can get the download into your computer, you'll be good to go. So I hope even just watching Nina do the process helps you. Let us know. Okay, and then the next comment I saw, I spent a long time drooling on the sisters website the last few nights. When bundling a purchase, can I add an older design and get the 10% discount? So there are some designs in the category, but it's not everything on the website. So I would say Nina's got that link handy, so we'll have her post that in the comments. And so whatever designs that you see in the category for the link that Nina's sending over. There are 2 pages. So I would make sure, I'm not sure if they're on the second or first page, but I would just make sure, scroll down at the bottom, it'll say 1 or 2, and you can see which ones are available to bundle and get the 10% off.
Right. Yep. I agree with that. I also see LaDonna is asking if you can purchase and do the download later. And the answer to that is absolutely yes. So in fact, thank you for bringing that up because I did mean to mention that that download remains right in there within your orders for forever. Okay. So it doesn't go anywhere. It's not like you download it one time and then it goes away and you don't ever have access to that again. That's not how our downloads work. They actually stay right within that order and you're able to go back to that order and just open it back up and just re-download that. So yes, the answer to, in my circle answer, the answer is yes. You can absolutely get the download now, especially if you want to take advantage of that 10%. You can get the download now when you add those 2 items in to get that 10%. And yeah, you can just do it when it's convenient for you. Absolutely. And the good thing about the sew along that we're going to have is those are going to be recorded. So you'll be able to go back to those and refer to those. So if you can't join us when we are doing it live, which will be on starting September the 30th at 11 a.m. Eastern, if you can't join us at that time for those consecutive 4 Mondays, you can go back to it later and still get the full effect of sewing along and the teaching and the tips that come with it.
Absolutely. And then Mary over on YouTube said that she lives on a barrier island, so she loves the download. Like, that's perfect. She doesn't have to go anywhere, leave the island or anything. So that's cool.
I kind of wish I lived on a barrier island.
I know, right?
I bet it's really pretty. Yeah. Bless you. Well, goodness, bless you.
Oh, thank you. I got allergies. Okay. So I do see another question that I want to make sure that we answer. Are we able to order bonus block with our order if we are unable to order the quilt download? I think that it would make an adorable baby quilt. It would make an adorable baby quilt. This bonus, however, is an included bonus. So this particular bonus is never going away. So unlike our usual temporary during workshop bonus, this one is something that we're just going to keep in with the Town and Country quilt files. So in this particular case, you would have to get the full quilt in order to get the bonus block. So good question, Millie, and I hope that that helps you out. Okay.
I know we normally do it a certain way, and I know this time we're doing it a little bit different, but I think it fits because this particular time that bonus is a significant addition to the quilt where you can really add like a couple different rows if you're, wanting to make it a little bit larger and things like that. So yeah, I think it's great that it's included. But I agree, Millie, sorry, not this time.
Okay, this question, you are going to be so excited with the answer. So she says, I love the brick fabric using the cafe used in the cafe building. Hard finding fabric with bricks that small.
Oh, wait, let me tell her.
Tell her.
So Linda, I have some really good news for you. That is quilted on the fabric. So you just pick yourself a nice dark brick red or whatever you're thinking for that. And that stitching is going to make those look like bricks. So you do not need to find a fabric that looks like that. Isn't that fantastic?
You just need the color. It could be a solid.
That's right.
So isn't that cool? And that's one of the beautiful things about Hoop Sisters is there's so many times Nina and I will do a trunk show and we say over and over again, this is not the fabric. This is the quilting. And Sarah just brought me the quilt and I'm going to fold this up because I'm sitting down and I don't want to, let me pull this rod out too, because there's something in the back. I'm struggling. Nina, if you have another question, you can go ahead and answer.
Yeah, I actually do. Janet, thank you. The wall hanging behind me is a former mystery quilt. So that's really pretty. Thank you for bringing that up. That's pretty. Yeah, okay. That's a former mystery. Okay, and then I saw one on here. I'm trying to find it because it didn't get starred, so I got to go back a little bit. So forgive me for looking away. So Lan says something about, or I'm sorry, Dee, you say something about limited to the 5x7 designs. Well, we actually have a ton of designs that include that 5-inch. So if you need some suggestions, please email me directly and I can shoot you back a couple things. Okay, so let me know that.
I
Roberta,
just wanted to
we
pop
don't
this
have
up
that
real quick.
capability right now. Hopefully someday we'll have that.
So that is the quilting, my friend.
There's a great shot of the brick. Yeah, that's a good shot.
So your machine will do that. So no need to find that specific fabric.
And Gretchen, you do not need to register separately for the sew along classes. Just go ahead. I know that we're gonna do a little bit of a recap and show when those are, but basically they start September the 30th. They're gonna be Mondays at 11 a.m. Eastern, and they're gonna be consecutive for Mondays. So start September the 30th, and then the 3 Mondays in October. And no, you do not need to register separately for the sew along. But
So
if you're going to sew along with us, of course, you would just need to get that design. Okay.
Yep.
So that's how that works.
Simply by ordering the design, you're in the sew along and you're going to receive email reminders and all that kind of stuff. Okay. Are you looking at,
Sandy is what I'm looking at. Sandy, do I have to prep fabric before we start? Sandy, we do not, I don't think we wash our fabric or anything before we start. That's probably more like a personal preference. If I'm not mistaken, isn't that right? But of course you would need to, do some cutting and things like that, have your fabrics picked out, do your cutting and things like that before we would start to sew along. If you're going to actually join, in with us as we sew along.
And actually tomorrow we're talking all about prep. So come back tomorrow. We'll see what Annie says too, because quite frankly, I don't know what she's going to tell you tomorrow.
Thank you. I didn't even see that. And I've had this paper for like a month.
That's how I feel when I look at this quilt. I'm like, I didn't even know that part was there. Okay, so someone is asking, do the patches from the Wear the Hardest quilt, are they able to mix and match with the Town and Country quilt? I honestly have no idea. I will tell you, check the block sizes, and I think that one has a row in the center. So I would suggest emailing Nina and we can check with Annie, because that's a great question. I would say if it's 5 and 8 inch, there's a possibility, but we would need to double check. Oh, that's nice.
I like that one, huh?
Darlene, yep, she ordered the trimmer and she loved it. Okay, what else?
All right.
These are great questions, you guys.
Yeah, Mary, that's great. That's perfect. That actually helped us kind of lead into what Aubrey mentioned not just a moment ago. Yeah, we are going to talk about how to prep your blocks for the sew along. So that's great. Join us tomorrow and we should be able to answer all your questions. And if we don't answer it, ask us in the comments and we'll try to cover it.
Okay.
What is the shiny fabric for the windows? Mary, we used vinyl for that. So yeah, we just put our fabric down and then put a piece of vinyl over top of that just to kind of mimic the glass of a window.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's all I see, Aubrey.
Okay,
is there
good.
Anything else?
Okay, good. You were further down the line than I was on that, so that's excellent. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about this. I did see a comment earlier that asked if we could post this, and we can definitely do that. And this is going to also be something that you're going to receive in your email as dates get closer. But our first session for the sew along, again, if you ordered the quilt between now and the beginning of it, you're in it. You're in the sew along. It's all included. But we're kicking off on September 30th at 11, and we're going to talk about how to make the barn block. Okay. Session 2 is October 7th. We're going to talk about the clothesline and the trees. And Annie tells me the clothesline is incredibly easy. Now, when I look at it, I'm like, "Ooh, how'd you do that?" So she's going to show you, and she's doing 2 things that day. It's that easy. So that's fantastic. Session 3 is October 14th, and she's going to talk about the church block. This is the one that flows into the next row. We're going to talk about that. Session 4, you're going to love. It's in-depth how to join and talk about the back of your quilt as well. And there's always replays, you guys, especially if you're part of the sew along because you bought the quilt, then you're going to receive the replay emails as well. Okay. All right. We also do have free shipping going on. Now, this is all ending very, very soon. So we just want to make sure that nobody misses this deadline, which is Friday, September 20th, tomorrow, by the way, tomorrow at midnight Eastern, free shipping will go away. So in order to get free shipping, you have to have it shipping within the contiguous US and have 129 or more in your cart. And you saw Nina when she did that, when she put 15 yards of battleizer and the $79 download in her cart, you saw the shipping just automatically switched to free. So it's all set up to do it for you. Yeah, Pamela says the clothesline is scary. I thought it looked scary too, but she's like, oh, it's so easy. So I'm excited for her to be showing you guys that one for sure. Okay, Nina, I have said this slide all week long. I'm going to pass it over to you because you know about this too.
My turn, huh?
Yeah, it's your turn.
All right. So this is a create your own bundle in Save. So the cool thing about it is instead of limiting you to just this one item and another item, we're telling you you can create your own bundle. So you can get the design and another design. You can get the design of battleizer, the design and a trimmer. You create your own one. In fact, I know we have a lot of new people. I've talked with some today and yesterday on the phone, and they've mentioned that they did get the trimmer and the design. And someone got the whole shebang. So that's awesome. So this is a great way to do it. So add your items into your cart and you're going to automatically get that 10% off as long as it's from the Town and Country Row Quilt category. Okay, that's the part that matters. So as long as you're adding 2 items or more from that particular category on our website, you are going to save 10%. Now you are going to have a couple exclusions, and those are listed on the screen here. I think it looks like there's 3 exclusions. There's a ton of stuff in there. Mm-hmm. You can find stuff. And that expires, like Aubrey already said, on midnight tomorrow. So the September the 20th at midnight Eastern. So again, if you're in the other locations and other time zones, it's not midnight for you. Okay. It's earlier than that. So don't wait. Just get it in there and get checked out.
Yep. Okay. I have a question I want to pop up on the screen from Patricia on YouTube. And she says, if you can't get the quilt now, but purchase it later, would you be able to access the sew along? And the answer is yes. You would definitely be able to watch the sew along and have access to it. It will remain replays in our VIP Facebook group, as well as they're going to be on YouTube to watch at any time. So if you can't do it now, that's fine too. The only thing that you will miss out on is the 10% and the free shipping, but the sew along access will remain available. And that's a good thing.
Okay. That is a good thing. Right along that same line, Patty was asking, how long are each of the sew along sessions going to last? I know we talked about that a little bit yesterday, but can we cover about how long we think those are going to last this time?
Well, I'm going to completely guess, to be honest with you. I would say 45 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on what we have to get through. But usually we don't go over an hour, and some of them might be quicker than others.
Yep. That sounds perfect.
Okay.
And then, of course, those, just to recap real quick, where those are going to take place, those are going to take place, the sew along is going to take place simultaneously. We're live in our Hoop Sisters VIP group and on our Hoop Sisters page on Facebook. And then we're also live on our YouTube channel. So we're going to be live simultaneously in those locations. And so everything will be recorded and you're able to watch replays. So those are public and have public access. So anyone is able to watch those.
Yes. Okay. Patricia asked if I get a different designer, their sew alongs to match. So not all of our designs come with a sew along. We usually do, I would say, 1 or 2 sew alongs a year. Probably 2. I'm going to go with 2 because I'm going to count Mystery Quilt. So 1 to 2 a year, we kind of do more all in. Actually, we do a master class in the spring. So about 3. But other ones, it's just a 2-day workshop where we kind of do what we've done here. We show you how to stitch it live. We show you how to trim it live and things like that. So no, not all of them have a sew along to match.
That's right. And Robin, you would just need to go to your checkout page. And when you get your address in there, it'll let you know what that cost is for shipping. Okay.
Yep. It's going to be based on what you got in your order and where you are located.
Yep.
Okay. All right, cool. I think we've answered the questions that I see now. So a couple more recap slides here, just a reminder that this bonus this time is included in the row quilt. So even if you get it later, this is not a limited time bonus like we normally do. This is something that is going to remain in there. If we sold it separately, it'd be around $15. We're not selling it separately though. We're just adding more to this. And it's really nice because you can either add this in addition, so you'd have an additional row. You could use it as a border. You could just make an individual mug rug. So there are a lot of things that you can do with just this border. Okay, so we always say the best time to get it is during the workshop. If you're wanting it and you're able to do it, it's the best time because you get to save 10% on that create your own bundle. And this one also includes free shipping at $129. So instead of spending like $178.50, you could spend the $147.15 if you were getting the biggest bolt of battleizer and the downloadable design. It's going to save you $31.35, and that doesn't even include the shipping costs that you would save if you got those two things. So it's a really good time to do it if you're wanting to do it. I did see a question earlier that I didn't answer that said, how long does this take you guys to create? And it's a really great question because there's a lot involved, right? So Sarah, what do you think? 2-3 months is what Annie has in this. And that's not just making the quilt, it's the supporting documents and all that kind of stuff too.
The digitizing,
The
creating fabric, all the instructions and
yep,
all the images she has to create and everything. There's a lot to it.
It was a good question for sure. So, and then obviously there's the whole set there. If you registered, you even got that free gift. So, Nina, do you have any other questions that you see?
I have one other question. Cheryl asked, do we stitch the blocks that aren't on our sew along by ourselves? So like you had mentioned, we showed you that little layout of what we're going to be talking about. So yeah, you'll have some homework, we'll call it, where you'll have some blocks to stitch before that next live that we sew along together. Yep.
Good question. Yep, we're going to assign homework.
That's right.
Along those same lines, I will say, if you're new, please don't feel like you have to keep up. That's the other thing. So a lot of times people are like, well, what if I can't keep up or something like that? So we have people in our group who are going to participate in this who have done a quadrillion Hoop Sisters projects since 2008. And there will be people posting a lot of blocks that you might not have gotten to yet. Don't let that discourage you at all. Let that inspire you because it is not a race. It's meant to be fun, and it's meant for maybe you're learning and by the time you get done with this, if you're a new embroidery machine owner, I hear all the time people say, I know how to use my machine now because of this. And how cool is that? So if you're new and you're like, the homework sounds daunting, just know you can take your time. And that's what's so nice about the replays as well. And we have support, right? The support's our keyword for the day. So you can always contact us if you need some extra support, and we will get you taken care of.
Hey, Aubrey.
Yeah.
I see a question that someone asks. She says she has a new email and she's wondering how she can make that change. Mm-hmm. Do you mind if I show how to do that real quick?
I don't mind at all. Go for it.
All right. So, Patricia, I'm going to show you how to do that. Give me just a second. I wasn't prepared to do that, but I am going to because I think I can do it pretty easily. Okay.
I might throw something else at you while you're in there. He's like, I'm never going live again. What are you talking about?
All right. So here we are. We're on the website. I'm in my order. Okay. I'm going to go ahead right underneath the word order, where it says talks about those downloads, I have orders, messages, addresses, payment methods, wish list, recently viewed, and account settings. Okay, these are tabs. So you can click on all of these and it has something else in there. So like if you have an address change, you would click on addresses and you can go ahead and add an address, delete an address, maybe make a correction for spelling, whatever it is you might need to do. Payment methods, I'm not going to have any in there, but you might, and you can add a payment method in there. So maybe you're like, I don't want to have to add my credit card every time. You can add that payment method in there and that saves in there for you.
That's
Wish
what I was going
list
to
is
ask
a great
you to
tool
show.
because maybe you're like, oh, I want to get this. I can't do it right now. Well, you can add this onto your wish list and it'll stay there for you so you don't forget, because come on, we forget. Recently viewed, it's going to show you some of the items that you've recently looked at. That's kind of neat because you're maybe you're like, where did I find that at? That's going to show you what you recently looked at. Account settings, here's where you're going to want to change your email address, and you can also change your password here. Okay, so maybe you got married, you can change your name, you can change your phone number, you can change your email address, and you can change your password. And then you would just, after you change this information down here, you would just click update details and you're done. You did it. So for you, the answer is go make sure you're signed into your account, click the word account. You should come up right to orders. If you come up to orders, you're already there. Just come over here and click on account settings. And that's where you can change your email address. Okay. All right.
Yes, that's what I was going to ask you to show, is that payment details, because some people,
Okay.
especially when we have fabric kits and stuff, it makes your order go in quicker.
Right.
Just saying.
You know all the tricks.
I know all the tricks. Okay, so I want to answer this question here. She missed the free shipping or the shipping conversation. Battleizer 115 says additional $22.50 shipping if you get the bundle. That doesn't apply. Correct. So if you get the bundle and if you got to get to the 129 for the free shipping. So bundling it will get you an additional 10% off. Your cart total has to be 129 or more, and it will get rid of that nasty shipping cost. Okay. Nobody likes to pay shipping. I know I don't. So, okay. I know you just you answered that one.
So how do we find the replays? There's a couple different ways you can find the replays, and that's going to matter like where you're watching from. So if you're watching from our VIP group on Facebook, you can go to the guides tab. If you hit the guides tab, you just kind of scroll down until you find a town and country, but that's where we keep all of our workshops are in there. So like all of them, Autumn Garden, Strawberry Patch, I can't even think of all of them, right? Spooky Cute. They're all in there. You go to that guides tab and you can watch all the replays right in there. If you watch from YouTube, then you could just search, and if you just type in town and country, they'll all come up and you can just get them that way. Okay. And from our YouTube channel.
And for the sew along, we'll email them to you. So
plus we email them.
Yeah. Plus we email them to you. So as long as if you've ordered the quilt, you'll get them in your email too.
We make it pretty easy, honestly.
We try. We sure do. So Maggie has a cute comment, and I think we can help you, Maggie, because you don't have to do that. We can just go into your order history. So you want to talk about that, Nina? Do you see it? I'll pop it up.
Okay.
She said she needs a spreadsheet to keep track of all of our patterns. She's ordered so many. I can't remember which ones I've purchased. So Maggie, we've got great news for you. You don't need a spreadsheet. You just need to sign into your account at hoopsisters.com and click the order history. And in fact, I think when you log in, it goes right to your order history. So you can always just check there, and then you don't have to keep a spreadsheet. So how about that?
Yeah, I think I might have talked with Maggie on this one another time. And I think Maggie just wants to be like at a glance type of thing. So that's a personal preference, Maggie, and you're right. That's going to be on you. Otherwise, yes, you can go to your order history, just click open each of your orders and see which designs you have.
Yep. Okay. All right. So I think we will. Yeah, Maggie, you might need a spreadsheet. That's a lot. That's a lot she's ordered. Okay. I wanted to pop this up here real quick. We are almost done with our time together this week. I don't know how it's gone so fast, but tomorrow we're going to talk about all the prep. So, and I don't think it's too much either. When I say all the prep, it's probably going to be a fast live, but Andy's going to come in and make a couple suggestions so that if you are an organizer and you like to know ahead of time if there's anything that you can do to get ready for the first sew along, we're going to talk about all of that tomorrow. And I think from the comments I've seen, Nina, they liked that we have done this day. So it seems like there's some people are finding this very helpful. So that's great.
Good. That makes me glad.
Yeah, me too.
I saw Patricia wants to know if you can order a non-bundle item. The answer is yes, you can order a non-bundle item, but you're not going to get that 10% off of that. It won't apply to that. So, but sure you can order a non-bundle item. Yep. And when we say that, we mean not in the town and country category. So if you're talking about another item outside of the town and country category, yes, you can absolutely order that, but it's not going to apply to the specials that we mentioned today.
Yep. Same with the exclusions in that category. You can definitely order them. We recommend them. They're going to be in the instructions. It just won't count towards the 10%.
Yep.
It will count towards free shipping.
Yeah. And you get an amazing design to make or create or product. So
yep. And I'm excited to see all the different ones that you guys come up with. So I just dropped that order link one more time. I think we did it, Nina. Is there any other parting words that you have or anything else you want to share today?
Well, I just thought this was, I mean, what can I say?
Yeah, there you go. You shared the right comment there.
A special shout out to Lisa.
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. I appreciate you, and I'm glad you appreciate me. So,
here's another one. There you go. We like these comments. You guys are so
all right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, Nina, for jumping on and doing your customer service magic. And I am going to, we have a giveaway. Don't let me forget.
And you know what, Aubrey? Thanks to you.
What did I do?
You made the presentation.
Oh, shit.
I was a little nervous today. You encouraged me. So you're amazing too.
You did great. Didn't she do great? She's like, I'm a little nervous. I'm like, what? You know how to do this? So that's just silly. Okay. I am going to do the giveaway. The keyword was support. I am also popping our support phone number and email up on the screen. So all about support today. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we are going to get a $50 in-store credit winner, which brings us up to $200. I'm trying to math. I'm kind of tired. Patty J. So Patty J over on YouTube. You're the winner. We're throwing confetti all around just for you. Thank you for watching live. And I hope that you get to go shopping. So what you're going to want to do, Patty J, is shoot Nina an email. This helps her locate the correct account and get that $50 in your store credit. Oh my goodness. In your account so you can go shopping. So congratulations to you. Okay. Now we've done it all. Now
we did it.
All right. Well, thank you, Nina. And thank you for everyone that came to join us live. And we will be back again tomorrow with how to get ready for September 30th. So we'll see you then. Bye-bye.
I'll see you in the comments.
Yeah. Bye-bye.